A change to a state law could give real estate developers a leg up as more businesses eye North Texas to expand. But what does it mean for cities that are also looking to compete for big projects and new residents? Here to tell us more about what it is, we got Will Anderson, editor-in-chief for the Dallas Business Journal. Will, thanks for being here, as always.
Of course.
Now, the bill is Senate Bill 2038, and it's getting some pushback. Could you tell us really quickly how the change is reshaping North Texas and what the change to the law was?
Yes, so and this law was from 2023, and it was just tweaked this year as well. But since then, well, let me say this. Right outside city limits, there's an area called the ETJ, for extraterritorial jurisdiction, where beyond city limits, cities exert a little more control. They can control subdivision planning, health and safety, what have you. And this change of state law from 2023 made it so large landowners could remove themselves from that ETJ, remove themselves from that regulation. Oh. And it's become quite popular because in fast-growing areas, you might not want to be part of this city, you might want to be part of that city. So it's become quite popular, and we haven't been able to do a full accounting of how much area is affected in all of North Texas, but just anecdotally, we've heard about thousands of acres, including 4,800 in Fort Worth alone, that's been petitioned to remove itself from Fort Worth's ETJ. So really widespread impact, and like you said, it's something that the developers are happy about. But
then not a lot of city officials love it. Why are they so frustrated by this?
So developers are excited because they have more flexibility. They could move to a different city limit to hook up to water faster. City officials have told us that, well, that creates kind of like a patchwork on the map. Like, is this part of our ETJ or not? What are we going to do? They've got to think about extending roads, water, etc. One official told us it's like a game with no rules. They aren't sure who is in or out of their ETJ, and which can become, ETJ on your edge. That can become future city limits as well. That area is often annexed. So are you annexing a patchwork? It's hard to plan in that situation.
But then there's also like the everyday impact for those of us who are not developers or city leaders.
Right.
So what's the impact on people like you and me?
Yeah, it can seem kind of like just inside baseball, right? Intricate city planning, but I think it's very important from a tax revenue standpoint. Some cities, if a project moves into your ETJ, into your city limits, that can be a bunch of new tax revenue. Correct. So that can be things into the city coffers that will pay for the services that residents rely upon. And even more than that, a lot of the people moving to North Texas are ending up in these new housing subdivisions on the edge of town, or maybe they're from North Texas and moving, finally able to afford a home. I think it's very important for them to think about just where they're located. It impacts the taxes they pay on their home based on what city they're in, jurisdictions. It just impacts, is that in city limits or not? I think that's an important thing to think about if you're moving into these areas or building in them.
What else should we be looking out for, Will, as you guys continue to investigate on this?
Yes, and WFA has done some great reporting on this topic too. And what we were really focused on at DBJ, Seth Bodine, our reporter, looked at how the different areas compare. So how are cities treating this differently? And as I mentioned, the law was changed. It kind of removed, legislators this year took fewer areas can now remove themselves from ETJs, including really small areas, unless they're grouped with other parcels. So the law has changed a bit. It's important to know and just see if it's happening in your neck of the woods.
Hey, Will Anderson, editor-in-chief for the Dallas Business Journal. We appreciate you.
Of course, thank you.
For more stories on expansive growth across North Texas, tune into WFAA+. It's a free download on your TV. And if you'd like to read more about this story and how the change to the state law is impacting other developments here in the metro, be sure to check out the Dallas Business Journal online.